Hey, it's me, SK Nicholas. Um, Another video. I made a couple of videos last week, and I deleted them. I was so tired when I made them. I was slurring my words. I appeared drunken. I wasn't. Um, so I trashed them. So a brand new video. Second journal's out. Got some. I look really tired. Fucking hell. Um, Second journal's out. A journal for damn lovers. I got some really nice feedback. Um, I've sold more than two copies, which is good. But no, seriously, I've got some really cool feedback. People that I know in real life, people that I know through writing, some people that I've never sort of been in contact with before have kind of picked up copies and have given me some really nice feedback. Through Instagram, through WordPress and writing, whatever. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it. Really pleased with the feedback from it. People seem to be enjoying it. So yeah, that's me happy. I've done something useful. Um, so yeah, if you're thinking of getting a copy, might as well. um, if you do, I'll be your friend forever. That's the deal. If you pick up a copy, I will be your friend forever. So, and that's not just sort of in this life, that's like forever. If there is an afterlife, I'll be there. Even if you're with family and friends, loved ones, childhood pets, I will just be there watching. That's the type of the level of commitment that I'm offering you. If you pick up a copy of this book, I will follow you through time and space. And I think it's something mental, like the length of the universe. They reckon the universe is going to go on for 14 trillion years. I will be with you for as long as that exists and beyond. If you just pick up a copy of this book, I think that's pretty impressive. So yeah, second journal's out. I've got a couple of pieces I've earmarked to read or attempt to read. That is until I fuck up as usual. But no, I wanted to make a video where I sort of made this video beforehand until I started falling asleep halfway through it. But I wanted to touch upon a subject, um, touched upon it in the other videos to a certain extent. It's the subject of truth, the truth. Um, and I was thinking about in a way a couple of things I'll sort of touch upon in particular. To go right back to the start, when I was a kid, as I mentioned in a previous video, sex blew my mind. In the sense that when I learned that school teachers and whatever doctors were engaging in this act, it blew my mind because I kind of thought, again, God, everyone looks so respectable, all these adults, and yet I know they've been up to no good. Yeah, it bedazzled me. It was mental. The other thing, of course, is truth. When you're a kid, beard's getting a bit long. When you're a kid, you're always told to tell the truth. You're always told to be honest. And of course, as a kid, most of the time you are. And even if you're not, you know that you've done a bad thing for lying. But of course, when you get older, you realize that we hardly ever tell the truth. We're hardly ever honest. We really don't. We're really not. On a day-to-day basis, we very rarely tell the truth. We're very rarely honest. Even just minor things, in terms of someone says to you, "How are you? How was your weekend?" And we always go, yeah, it was all right, thanks. It was good. Yeah, I'm not too bad. Again, it's rubbish. But again, we just kind of say these things because that's how it goes. But really, I think that we're kind of our whole lives are built on lies. And I don't mean that in a political sense. I'm not going to make a video where I rant and say, the government's this, that, and the other. But yeah, we build our lives around lies. We don't tell the truth. In the sense of we just keep back so much. We always keep back so much because we don't want to sort of be rejected if we tell the truth in some way. You know, we don't want to appear to be weird, and so on and so forth. So straight from the get-go, we keep back so much, and we withhold the truth, and we lie just because it's kind of easier, I guess. But as I've mentioned, I think in my writing, in the blogging, it's probably in the journals, and whatever. A couple of years ago, well, a little bit more than that now, I was in love with someone, and I really wanted to win her over. And for the first time really in my life, I was honest. I opened up, and I put down into words what this person meant to me. And it was really kind of, for other people, maybe they're used to that, but for me it was a big thing. I'd never really been honest in that way. I'd never sort of really worn my heart on my sleeve. So at that point, when I put it all out there, I was really honest. It was really eye-opening for me. I'd never done anything like that, and it didn't work. I didn't get the girl. But for me, I took so much from that experience. Being open, being honest was suddenly, it was kind of really liberating for me to be like, wow, I put everything out there. I sort of wore my heart on my sleeve, and I was as open as I could be. And I kind of felt like, God, I really enjoyed that. Again, even though I didn't get the girl, I really enjoyed sort of just being really open and being really honest. And that's one thing I put into my words, in the first journal, the second journal, in all the blogs. I always try as hard as I can to be truthful, because I think that that's what matters, really. Again, I think that we keep back so much, but you always hear these stories of, like, people that are diagnosed with an illness, cancer, or they're diagnosed with a terminal illness, and then right at where it's nearly too late, they suddenly want to build all these bridges, that they want to kind of like reach out and sort of speak to people, to lovers, family members that they haven't spoken to in years. And it's kind of ironic, isn't it, that it takes kind of like death, the threat of death, to kind of like, to get us to be open and to start speaking what we really mean and what we really feel and think. And I find that it shouldn't really be like that. It shouldn't be a case of, oh shit, I'm dying, therefore I'm suddenly going to start telling the truth. But unfortunately, that's the way it is for a lot of people, and so many people leave it too late. They kind of engage in these feuds and these petty kind of fallouts. They keep them running, I guess, because we always think we have too much time. We always think we've got tomorrow. We don't want to back down on all the rest of it. But for me, I think that one thing I've really tried to do within my writing is to be as open and as honest as possible, because I kind of think, well, what else is there, you know? But even then, I kind of hold so much back. Every day I kind of think, God, what would happen if I really did start being ultra honest? If I did start not just kind of writing stuff to go in these books, but what happens if I reached out to people in my life and I started kind of being really open with them? Could be someone that I work with, could be someone that I used to go to uni with, could be someone that I dated. And I think, what would happen if I just was really open with them? I sent them a message and said, this is how I feel about you, this is what I think of you. And I think that on the one hand, it would be very liberating to kind of think, God, I was really honest and I was really open. And then at the same time, it would cause so much destruction, wouldn't it? And obviously that's why we always keep it in us, because we know that if we spoke our truths, it would cause so much chaos. The truth causes chaos. It makes the world crumble. Um, and it's a scary thing. And yet at the same time, taking a line from Donnie Darko, destruction is a form of creation. And I think that if there's a message, if I'm trying to say something within this video, is I think that we should be more open, we should be more honest, and we shouldn't be afraid to tell the truth. Again, I keep so much back like many other people, but I think we should always strive to be as open, as honest as possible. We should always strive to just put it all out on the line, get it all out. Because again, if we don't, who will? I don't, I don't want to get to that point where I kind of end up getting knocked under a bus or whatever and thinking shit, you know, or kind of getting this illness and suddenly losing power of my hands and thinking, fuck, I can't write anymore, or I lose my tongue or something. So I think that I always, with my writing, strive to be as open, as honest as possible. And I fail quite a lot of the times, but that's what I want to do. I want to be as open, as honest. Again, for me, the divide between a writer and as a person is murky now. I don't think there is a divide. So for me, I just want to be as open, as honest, and as possible. And I still don't. I still hold so much back. But I would like to. That's what I strive for. I don't want casualness. I don't want blasé. I don't want kind of like, positivity and all that. Fuck that shit. I want the truth, and again, when I write, I want to put that down on paper. Good, bad, ugly, seedy. I like saying that word. Seedy. But yeah, I want to put it all on paper, because what else is there? I want everything. I want guts and shit and piss and and love and blood and everything. I want it all out, because what other way is there? And and I think that, yeah, that's what I strive for. And yeah, I don't do it enough. I So many times I think, yeah, I should really message that person. I should really tell them how I feel. But then of course, again, you think, God, that's going to cause a lot of problems, isn't it? Especially if, again, because you think, what happens if you're rejected? What happens if you lay your heart on the line and that person doesn't respond? What happens if that person goes, oh, thanks for that? You think, oh God. But again, I think that you've been honest. You've given your truth. You've given what you have to give. If that person doesn't respond to it or appreciate it, it's not your problem anymore. You've done that. So that's what I strive for every time I write, and every day I always try and strive for the truth, even if it paints me in a bad light, even if it shows me as being even odder than I already am. That's what I go for. And I think in the second journal, I've tried my hardest, and I'm trying even harder with the stuff I write at the moment. And yeah, I hope that I can get to a situation where I'm in my day-to-day existence, that I can sort of continue to open up and be honest. Because again, I think, what's the point of just pretending? What's the point of just kind of lying and keeping up this facade, this charade? Bullshit to that. I think it's about putting it all out there. Who cares if you're kind of derided, or whatever? Be open, be a mirror. That's the one thing that I think we have to aim for. Because if we don't, just we're just turds, and we can just be flushed down the toilet. So yeah, that's my message. I think, be open and be honest. I'm trying to be, as much as I can in my writing. Like I said, um, that's my goal. That's my goal. I'll do a couple of readings from the second journal. I'm already tired. There are two pieces. One was called Werewolves of London. The first one. I'll read that. I got the title from a song by Warren Zevon. Great song. Give it a listen if you can. So yeah, Werewolves of London. Nude bodies foaming at the mouth and shiny teeth ready to sink in as we move through the streets and subways in search of what makes us tick. Is it the written word or the electricity that surges through our veins as we rise from another funk that seems to last for centuries? Your 20s dissolve into your 30s, and even after so long, you're still not sure what it is you're looking for, not to mention whether or not you'll ever end up finding it. One relationship after another, along with enough beer and wine to drown some long-forgotten god who got lost in the outer regions of the galaxy, where you fumbled your way through the years as if looking for your keys. This God, what was he a god of exactly? And when his last breath escaped his nearly eternal lips, was there a maker out there ready for him to return to? Those lovers that dance in the clubs, those reptiles that shed their skin for another damned encounter that will bring with it nothing other than a shitload of opaque memories left to wither like your sister's once bright eyes. Will any of them ever be missed? As we cruise industrial states, looking for juicy young lambs, we link fingers and satisfy our hearts by pretending we're not in love, that this means nothing at all. But although we change on the surface, deep down these fears will always remain. When the chemicals hid and the misery vanishes and our hairs stand on end, what will be left of us? What part of who we used to be will survive? Fingers that become claws, kisses turn into bites, throats not to caress, but to tear out in a frenzy of nihilistic kicks. Swimming in moongliders, we shapeshift in a parking lot of some long since deserted warehouse. There are no witnesses. These acts of rebellion, they go unseen, but there are scars. Oh yes, there are scars. Little piece, little bubble of time, a little bubble of space and time. And the next piece is Bad Romance, which is a bit more sort of down to earth, a bit more sort of grounded. Bad Romance. It's raining and it's winter, and we're in love because the clouds say so, even though we can never understand a single thing they say. Maybe it's because we're drunk on Zambuca shots and the scent of blankets drenched in citrus spray we used to ward off spiders with that try so hard to invade the dreams we caress in broken chunks of sleep. Maybe we kiss as if it doesn't really mean much, or could it be that we've had our eyes on each other since the moment we became aware of our morbid, silly lives? From a slumber that drags to a summer we never want to end, there are so many who shine, but they can never touch the one who builds origami elephants only to let them float downstream, never to be seen again. The end of a relationship is a beautiful thing indeed, because isn't that the only time we end up telling the truth? Isn't it so strange that only when we're out of each other's hair do we have the guts to tell it how it is? Love is only love because of the pain that makes it feel so transient and delicate, like a plaster peeling off a cut knee, or the sight of a small boy doing all he can to run from a future that has no place for him. This heartache, may it last forever, may it render me a mess and unable to breathe until 100 years from now a damn lover just like I walks past my grave and wonders what became of that man. What did he create in his life? Who did he love? And how did he touch the lives of those around him with the dreams inside his head? These days that turn into months and these memories that flicker and linger and chew and chomp more than they ever should. How they make me smile. So yeah, two little pieces. I ordered some copies. My voice is going fucking hell. I ordered some copies, which I'll be sending out to people. They asked for personalised copies, so I'll be doodling and writing sort of stuff, drawing seedy little pictures in there, and I'll be contacting people that wanted them. If you still want them again, just message me, Instagram, Facebook, WordPress, and we'll strike up some kind of deal. Nothing shady. But yeah, a 20-minute video. So tired now. Fuck, just to think I used to do 1 hour videos. But yeah, be honest, be open, be truthful. What else is there? Not not even thinking about writing, the creative act. Just be open and be honest, because again, you could be struck dead by a bus tomorrow, and then boom, all your truth goes with you. All your beauty just sort of just evaporates, and that's it. And that's horrible, isn't it? I see people around me talking, in terms of love. I see people that are in relationships that aren't happy in those relationships, just dating, engaged, married. Some of them have kids, and they're not happy. And I think, what the fuck? If you're not happy, if don't do it. Be honest. Do whatever you want to do, because when you're dead, you don't get another chance. So this is my truth. I hope you pick up a copy. I think it's a good read. Again, I've had some good feedback, and yeah, I'm SK. God, I'm knackered. I'm so tired. I'm back at work this week, so I feel really tired. Um, Waking up at like 4:30 in the morning. It's absolute bullshit. So I'm gonna have a bath soon because I like baths, and I'm gonna get on with some writing. I hope you're well. I hope you're doing good. I hope you feel better than I do. I'm SK Nicholas, and I'll make another video at some point and talk about stuff that might interest people. So yeah, take care. See ya.